I'd like to welcome you to the Boxall Institute webinar. My name is Rob Gardiner. I'm the Manager of Plumbing and Timber Trades at the Institute, and I'll give you a little bit of background history about myself. I'm a qualified chef of 20 years. I became a commercial cookery teacher because I believe that I had 20 years of knowledge and skills, and if I dropped dead tomorrow, that knowledge and skills would go into the ground with me. And my philosophy in life is that I live to give, and I just wanted to change. I wanted to help people better their lives and pass on the knowledge and skills that I have to help them. And I then became a commercial cookery teacher, and through luck and hard work, I've been training managers and also program coordinators. And now I'm the manager of plumbing and timber trades at Boxall Institute. I've been there for about 3.5 years. We have a wonderful department, both in the plumbing and the timber trades area, and we have very passionate teachers. And I'm here to go through this webinar with you and explain to you what we have on offer at Boxall Institute and answer any questions you may have at the end of the presentation. So can I please have the next slide? So it says, do you enjoy working with your hands and feel satisfied when creating something out of timber? If the answer is yes, we would love to get you involved in either a pre-app, or if you feel the need, you can go directly straight into apprenticeship. There are many facets of timber trade, so you can work in carpentry, you can work in cabinet making or in furniture making. We have state-of-the-art facilities, and we have numerous programs that run. In the cabinet making program, we have CNC machines, we have edge banding machines. In our pre-app, you get to do setting out, you get to do scaffolding, you get to build various projects that we have. So we have a wonderful team, and we would love to get you involved and help you to get an apprenticeship. Next slide, please. All right, so here we are. We engage in timber trade workshops from carpentry to furniture making, as I've said. We have strong industry connections, so we have, at the moment we have work-based delivery students who are assessed out on the workplace. We also have students who are assessed and come in and do block release. They are all employed, so we have got a strong base of employers. So if people are looking for apprenticeships, we can't give you an apprenticeship, but we can help you and point you in the right direction to get you an apprenticeship. We have passionate teachers. Our teachers are phenomenal. Our teachers will bend over backwards to help you. We are here to better the future of the industry, and that's what all the philosophies of the teachers are. So they have got a wealth of knowledge and skills, and they want to pass on their skills and knowledge to help make you and help make the industry in a better position. We also have a new Green Skills Trade Training Centre, which we are currently in the process of building at Lilydale. That should be completed probably mid-March, April next year. It's going to be state-of-the-art training centre. We'll be offering pre-apps there. We'll be offering Cert 3s there. We may even be running the diploma of building construction and the certificate for in building construction. So we all look forward to that new state-of-the-art facility coming in. And, if you're living in the area, instead of having to travel to Box Hill and you're an apprentice, this may be a great opportunity for you to travel to our Lilydale campus. Next slide, please. All right, so our campus locations, we don't actually have a campus for timber trades and plumbing in the city. We do have a campus, as you know, at Elgar Road, and we are also in the process of building a campus at Lilydale. We do currently have a smaller campus at Lilydale called John Street, but that will be finishing up at the end of October. So we are not running any classes there currently, but as I said, we will be running classes at our new Lilydale facilities March, April next year. So we would, if you are an apprentice and you live in the area, we would love to get you involved in, undertaking your training there. Next slide, please. All right, so what we do a certificate 2 in building construction. So this is called a pre-app. So basically this will teach you basic skills on what is required to become an apprentice. It goes for 14 weeks, 4 days a week, and it won't give you the skills to go and build a house, but it will give you the skills so you know what end of the hammer to use. So you know how to use basic power equipment. So drills, circular saws, you learn how to use chisels. And as I said, we will, during the program, you do some small projects. So you may do basic roof building. You may build yourself a sawhorse. You will do setting out. You will be doing leveling, which are all basic components that builders undertake every single day. And some of the units in the certificate 2 will go towards credit transfers in your certificate 3. We also run a certificate 3 in carpentry. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either do block release, which we have the students come on a Thursday, Friday, and a Monday, Tuesday, every 6 weeks, and they attend the institute. We also have work-based delivery, which is we have students who are assessed in the workplace. So our assessors will come out to your workplace, meet with you, talk to you about the assessments that you are required to do. And we have a platform called MOBAS, where it allows you to update your photos of your evidence onto MOBAS, complete the knowledge requirements, and then the teachers will mark you as competent. To be an apprentice, you need to have an employer. So you cannot come to a TAFE institute and just do a certificate 3 in carpentry. You need to be engaged with an employer, so full-time employment, and you need to be engaged in an apprenticeship. We also have Cert 4 in building construction. So a lot of our apprentices who want to go on to do project management undertake either the Cert 4 building construction or the diploma of building construction. So the Cert 4 is a stepping stone to the diploma. So once you do your Cert 4, you get some credit transfers into the diploma. The diploma, so it is a requirement for a builder who is to become a registered builder in Victoria that they must hold a diploma of building construction. So as I said, we get a lot of students who enrol in the diploma and the Cert 4 who are currently, project managing businesses, and they want to have an understanding on how to better project manage. Because project management, it is a huge job. They could have a portfolio of 10, 15, 20 different sites, and they need to project manage all the building, which contains the electricians, the plumbers, the carpentry. So there's a lot of work involved. So that is why they are doing that. I forgot to mention also in the Cert 2 in building construction, we also do the white card. So a white card is a prerequisite that you must hold prior to you entering any building sites. So it's issued by WorkSafe, and this ensures that you have a good understanding of your health and safety, not just your own health and safety and your requirements, but also those of the people that are around you. Because when you are working on site, you have an obligation to look after yourself, but you also have an obligation to look after the health and safety and the well-being of the people around you, and also have an understanding of any occupational health and safety issues that may be at the workplace. All right, next slide, please. All right, we also do a Cert 2 in furniture making. So this is the pre-apprenticeship. We do it 3 days a week. It goes on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It is self-paced, and if you like working with your hands once again, and you enjoy building furniture, this could be something for you. We also run a certificate 3 in cabinet making. So this is an apprenticeship. So once again, this can only be done by an apprenticeship. So someone who is employed by an employer as an apprentice. So this is day release. You come in, which means you come in 1 day per week over the duration of the school year. And this goes for 3 years. So cabinet making, once again, if you look at Melbourne at the moment, there are lots of people moving further and further out of Melbourne because it's quite expensive to buy in the hub of Melbourne. And there's a lot of renovations going on. So these cabinet making, every house has a bathroom, every house has a kitchen. Cabinet makers make all of this furniture. We're looking at, as I spoke to you before, if you're looking to do building construction, or become a Cert 3 carpenter, do an apprenticeship in carpentry, there will always be work. You know, Melbourne is growing at a phenomenal rate. Wherever you look, someone has bought an old house and they knock it down and they put up 2 or 3 townhouses. So there is a lot of work available. You know, if you're a tradesman, whether you're an electrician, whether you're a plumber, whether you're a carpenter, if you are good at what you do, you should never ever run out of work, because, as I said, people are always renovating their houses, and there is a lot of new estates getting built outside of Melbourne. So there should be no issues with finding work for yourself. All right, next question or next slide, please. All right, why should you study a timber trade? It is a well-paid qualification. It's a well-paid industry. There are lots of work opportunities around the world. As I said earlier, I am a chef of 20 years, and I was lucky enough, I travelled overseas with my trade for 2 years when I was younger. I've also done a couple of ski seasons. I did a ski season in Austria. I did a ski season in 2 ski seasons up at Mount Buller. I've lived up on the Gold Coast for several years. And once again, it's like riding a bike. Once you have these skills, you'll have them for the rest of your life. It's a skill you will never, ever forget. It's a skill you will never, ever, you know, you'll be able to use it wherever you travel. People live in houses all around the world. You know, people use timber all around the world. So there should be no issues with you getting a job wherever you travel. There are constant job opportunities. As I said, as Melbourne grows, construction continues to spread further and further. There are 2 types you can do: domestic or commercial. So you can work on building sites where they're doing, you know, high-rise buildings, or you can work domestically where you just want to work on renovations or just build, you know, just build single-story dwellings. If you enjoy working outdoors and working with your hands, this would be for you. If you want to get an office job, you know, that's entirely different. You can look at other avenues. But if you enjoy working outside, working with your hands, you think outside the square, you know, this could be an opportunity for you to undertake and, you know, try and get yourself an apprenticeship. Next slide, please. So how do you get into the industry? So it starts with a pre-apprenticeship. So a pre-apprenticeship isn't mandatory for you to do, but undertaking a pre-apprenticeship will show your employer that you're engaged and that you have a level of you want to apply yourself to something. So you're engaged, you've applied, and you can also use it as a great selling point when you go for a job interview with an employer seeking an apprenticeship, because you can talk to them about the practical tasks that you've done. You can talk to them all about OH&S. You can talk to them about you know, your basic understanding of setting out, of building basic roofs. So it's a really good selling point for you to use if you go for an apprenticeship, for an interview. So one good thing is also, if you come to us doing a pre-apprenticeship, we normally have you around the same area as our apprentices. So if you're if you're a sort of outgoing person, there'd be no problems with you actually going up to some of the apprentices and asking them if their employer's looking for an apprentice. It's all about networking. A job won't come to you. What you've got to do, sometimes you've got to put yourself out of your comfort zone and actually approach people and ask them. This would be a golden opportunity if you're really serious about getting into building and construction and getting a Certificate 3 in carpentry. You're around students or apprentices who are already in industry, who have a great affiliation with their employers, and they may be looking for a new apprentice. We also have ASINs. So an ASIN is an Australian support network provider, and they are MEGT. You might know of them, or Serena Russo. We quite often get online jobs. They have an online jobs board, and they quite often send us flyers of job opportunities that they have. I will then pass those opportunities on to our teachers, who can then liaise with you in the classroom and, you know, let you know that this opportunity is present and you may be able to go for an interview. We also have them come and visit our site. They will develop a profile with you and they will contact you should any opportunities come up. You can also look at getting work experience. So there's nothing wrong with asking someone for some work experience, because eventually that may then lead onto an apprenticeship. So sort of like buying a car. A lot of employers like to try before they buy. So if you are to buy a car, you will know that you obviously will take it for a test drive before you buy it to see if it works okay. So similar to this, an employer will probably, if you are lucky enough to get some work experience, an employer will like to see how good you are before he puts you on as an apprentice. And we also have a jobs and skills centre, which is on Elgar Road, and they quite often have jobs posted on our online job board, which is accessed via student web, and you all have access to that once you're a student. And there are job listings on there about apprenticeships that are available.
Ready to apply at Box Hill Institute? The first step is to contact us by calling 1300 Box Hill, submitting an inquiry through our website or via live chat. We're here to answer all your questions and ensure we find a course that's right for you. We will email you an application pack, which will include a link to start your application. The application will take about 30 minutes to complete and submit. Make sure you have your ID and your proof of residency handy, such as your Medicare card or your passport, as you'll need to upload a photo of this to your application. As part of the application pack, you may be required to complete a language literacy numeracy profile. This is to ensure that you meet the entry requirements into the course and for us to support you in your studies. The profile will take you around 90 minutes and must be completed in one sitting. The other one is a pre-training review document, which will ask you questions about your interests, your aspirations, your career goals, and your prior study. Once completed, you will need to upload both documents to your online application. Depending on the course that you're applying for, you may be required to submit extra documents, such as a subject selection form, a workplace declaration form, or an under 18 parent/guardian consent form. You may also be required to watch an online information session as part of your course. This will be discussed with you when you inquire. Once your application has been submitted, you may be required to attend an interview or an audition remotely. We will contact you if you're required to do this. After this, our team will be in touch to book an appointment to finalise your application. This appointment will be conducted over the phone, where we will run you through the pre-training review. This will include timetable information, fees, and student support. Once we have finalised your application, we will email you a conditional letter of offer. You'll need to follow the steps to accept your offer online. To finalise your enrolment, you'll need to make payment. There are several ways to do this, such as a payment plan or VET student loan. We look forward to welcoming you to Box Hill Institute.